What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ray Bay Glam, and I am back with another relationship video. We often hear about red flags. When you see a red flag, it's not a carnival, it's not a show to stay. It's what we hear is that you see one, you immediately get out the way. But in my experience, a red flag isn't necessarily something that you just steer away from. A red flag means to me that you just immediately address it. You immediately address what the issue is right then and there. That's something that you have to address right then and there. And today we're going to talk about a red flag that can potentially change. Doesn't mean you want to actually lose the person, but it's something that you need to address right then and there. And today we are going to talk about dealing with an insecure man. Now, ladies, when I say dealing with an insecure man, I'm not saying you have to stay. If one of your biggest no-nos is not dealing with an insecure man or not dealing with someone that's not allowing you to be you or be outside or dress a certain way, then if you know that within yourself, then you walk away. But let's just say that man has some past traumas. Maybe his past girlfriends did some things that resemble what you're doing now, or maybe his past trauma really is deeply rooted into something that his mother probably did, or something he's seen his aunts do to other men. And so this man may treat you nice. He may be a good financial provider. If you got kids, maybe a good father, may initially just really generally care about you, but every now and then those ugly insecurities that you didn't create just kind of pops on in the relationship. And again, that can be a red flag for you, but necessarily a red flag that you had to address immediately. So you may not be willing to give that man up completely, but there is something that you really need to address right then and there. But let me warn you, ladies, when you're dealing with someone that's insecure at no fault of your own, then it's not going to be an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, we're done. Okay? Deeply rooted insecurity, especially when it doesn't have anything necessarily to do with you, that's going to take some time. So before you even consider dealing with a man with insecurities, check with yourself to see if you're willing to give in that extra time to get him to where you want him to be. So once you've established in yourself, within yourself, that you are willing to take that extra time and initiative to nurture this man and to help him resolve his insecurities, the first thing you need to realize is that it is not up to you to fix him. A lot of women make this mistake that if I can just show him extra love, if I can just show him that I can dress provocative but not sleep around, or I can show him my phone to show him that I'm not talking to other men, that those insecurities will go away. But you have to realize you never showed him that before. Those insecurities was there before you. So again, you cannot fix a man for he has to do that himself. You can encourage him, you can support him, you can pray with him, but you can't fix a man insecurities that happened prior to you, even prior to you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, a lot of men don't even realize that they have an insecurity. You know, there's a difference between being protective and then there's a difference in possessive. And a lot of times women, we think, oh, he doesn't like me being around other men. He doesn't like me talking to anybody. Like, he loves me. But then there's a thin line between being protective, like a man can be protecting you for something that can harm you, or actually being possessive. And possessive is way far more dangerous than anything. And there's nothing cute about that. The second thing I want you to take in consideration when dealing with a man that's insecure is that you have to set some type of boundaries. You first have to let him know that this is not okay. Okay? The reality is, if you already entered a relationship with him, you kind of shown him that it is at some point, some measure, okay. Let's just keep it real. If you've already entered and solidified a relationship with this man, you have somewhat agreed to deal with his insecurities. So that's water under the bridge. But I like to use the example of a job. If a job requires you to have your bachelor's degree, and you don't have your bachelor's degree, and they say, we're going to go ahead and hire you anyway, just go ahead and work on getting your bachelor's degree, are you going to be so hung up on, I gotta get my bachelor's degree, I gotta get my bachelor's degree to get this job? No, because you already have it. You see what I'm saying? Versus actually having to have that degree for that job before you even enter the job. So you've already kind of crossed that line. Okay, there is a part 2. So let me know if you're interested in part 2, because there's more things on how to deal with the insecure man. I'll see you guys in part 2. Bye.